Hello, my fellow marketers. Once again, this is Will Smith, and I'm continuing my review of the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Today, I'll be going over chapter 2 briefly. It's entitled Desire, the Starting Point of All Achievement and the First Step Toward Riches. Now, you may remember from the last chapter, Napoleon Hill spoke about Thomas Edison's partner, Edwin C. Barnes, and how they became partners. It started with a burning desire on the part of Edwin C. Barnes. He was determined to be the partner of Thomas Edison, and it all started with a burning desire to do so. And this type of desire, not ordinary, it causes you to go all in, to stake your entire future on your ability to get what you want. It causes you to burn bridges, so you have no choice but to keep stepping forward. You can't go back. It's an all-in mentality, and if you're going to be successful, you have to think in those terms. That's why so few people are successful. The stakes are just too high. A lot of people will not allow themselves to have that all-in mentality. It's just not safe. Something might go wrong that causes circumstances from which you'll not be able to recover. And basically it all has to do with fear. It's just fear, plain and simple. So we have to learn how to get over that and take bold steps toward our success. Now, this chapter also goes into the dreamers. Napoleon Hill tells us that we must realize that all those who've accumulated great fortunes did a certain amount of dreaming, hoping, wishing, desiring, and planning before they acquired money. He also states that every great leader, past and present, was a dreamer. If you don't see great riches in your imagination, you certainly won't see them in your bank account. So some very successful dreamers that he mentions were Henry Ford, who was poor and uneducated, but he dreamed of a horse's carriage. And Thomas Edison, of course, dreamed of a lamp that could be powered by electricity. Abraham Lincoln dreamed of freeing slaves. And other dreamers included people like the Wright brothers, Marconi, and Ray Kroc, the master behind McDonald's. And that's just to name a few people. Now, one of the things that in this chapter, in fact, the last thing that was mentioned was Napoleon Hill's own story about his son. And this was pretty remarkable. His son, Blair, was born without ears. And, when you're born without ears, the first thing you think about is, you might as well get out the tin can and the pencils and stand them on the corner, especially back in those days, and have him sell his pencils for the rest of his life. But Napoleon Hill was determined that his son would not meet that fate. In fact, he was so bold as to to say that his son would hear and speak like a normal person. Now, what he did was he transmitted his own desire to his son. They found a way to communicate. There was some slight hearing that he was capable of, and he communicated his desire to his son, and his son took that up. His son then had the burning desire to hear and to speak. And despite all the laws of nature, because there was no opening between his ears and his brain, despite all the laws of nature, he was able to speak and hear. Now, I'm going to leave that for you to read the book, Think and Grow Rich, to find out exactly how they managed that. But is a truly remarkable story. And I will be picking up the story with chapter 3 on my next video. And until then, have a happy day and a prosperous life. Bye.